This is Goal Line on Rogers Community 10. On this week's show, getting your young hockey player ready for the hockey season. Hello everybody and welcome to Goal Line. My name is Roger Lajoie. It's nice to be with you. On our program today, we're going to be talking about getting your kid ready for the minor hockey season, how you should do it, and most importantly, what it's going to cost you. But before we do that, we should tell you a little bit about what this program is going to be all about. Goal Line will be a half-an-hour weekly show here on Rogers Community 10, and the theme is sports. It's always sports. Local sports mostly, and sports maybe you don't hear a lot about. We'll be talking about the Oshawa Generals, local high school sports, but no subject is taboo. We'll be doing everything from minor lacrosse, minor soccer, minor hockey, you name it. We'd like your input as well throughout these shows, and we're very fortunate indeed in this project to have some very good people involved with us. We'd like you to meet some of them before we even get into our first topic tonight. They've done a lot of work to make this a reality, and let's meet some of the people who will be behind Goal Line every week.
Hi, I'm Brian Legree.
Hi, I'm Dave Gilbert.
I'm Ken Babcock.
Hi, I'm Peter Sperling.
Hi, I'm Jason Bullitt.
Hi, I'm Tom Dennisco.
I'm Roger Lajoie, sports editor of Oshawa Whitby this week.
I'm a sports reporter with the Oshawa Times.
What do? I work at Genauto Shippers in Oshawa, but that's about all I can tell you, because if I try and explain it, it'll take a couple of hours.
I'm the assistant athletic director at Durham College.
I'm the executive producer of Goal Line.
I'm in high school.
I've been to high school, and
I've worked for Oshawa Whitby this week, the Oshawa Times, the Fan 1430 radio station, and United Press International, so I think I bring a lot of experience to these tasks. However, I'm really excited about this new project. Starting this fall, we'll have a complete series of shows about important issues in local sports. I'm looking forward to being with you every week and bringing you what you need to know in the local sports world.
Hopefully we can go a little bit behind the scenes and introduce you to some of the people who are involved in amateur sport in Oshawa and throughout Durham region. And maybe we'll take an off-the-wall look at some of the things. And if possible, maybe we'll even ask a few hair-raising questions.
I think I can bring a knowledge of minor sports in this town and also get people to know the Generals a little better and the type of organization they are. And for a lot of people who don't come out to the game, maybe get them interested in hockey again.
The Goal Line, something exciting for me personally. I've been a big fan of trying to boost not only college athletics, my field, but high school athletics, community athletics, and bringing it to the community in a very exciting and informative manner.
I've basically seen a lot of sports on TV, but what I like, and what I don't, I won't use. Not that I'm stealing anything or anything.
I think it's about time that Durham region sort of looks into the high school sport team, because I think it's about time. It deserves its recognition.
It's very important.
Very important.
Of course. Hey, I'm going to keep an update on sports, of course. High school sports.
High school sport.
Well, believe it or not, it's hockey season once again. It's a great time for the kids. On today's show, a visit with Durham College's Assistant Athletic Director Ken Babcock, talking about the Durham sports season coming up, and a look at the Lady Lords softball team from Durham. Hello everybody, I'm Roger Lajoie and welcome to edition number 5 of Goal Line. Well, there's a nip in the air and the fall sports season is definitely here. Hockey and ringette have started along in Oshawa arenas throughout the area, actually, not just Oshawa, but Oshawa, Whitby, and everywhere. And of course, the fall season also means the start of the sports season at Durham College. Ken Babcock is a very busy man these days. He's the Assistant Athletic Director at Durham College, and the college offers a wide range of sports and a variety of sports which kicked off just recently. Our Goal Line team went down to talk to Ken Babcock at Durham College and get a feel for what we can expect from the college's sports teams this coming fall.
Well, it's a beautiful afternoon at Durham College, and of course on a fall afternoon like this you start thinking about Durham College athletics, because Durham College of course has an outstanding athletic department. It's time for the fall sports season, and joining me here in the stands at Durham Fields is Assistant Director of Athletics Ken Babcock. And Ken, it's always nice to talk with you. I know it's a great fall season as usual, but this year of course a couple of special events, and the first one I guess would be the OCA Women's Softball Championship.
That's right, Roger. October 22nd and 23rd at Seneca College. We're gearing up right now, and our women's softball program now virtually 3/4 of the way through its season. We're heading into the championship this year in a sort of a unique situation, looking for our third consecutive title under head coach Jim Nemisch.
Ken, that's quite an accomplishment, of course, winning 2 titles in a row, but to be in a position to win 3 in a row is really outstanding, and the team is unbeaten as we speak here today. That's got to be an incredible achievement with the turnover that comes in college play. You've got to be very proud of that program.
Well, to be honest, Roger, it's a great accomplishment when you look at turnover of players, athletes, student athletes. Most of the time they're here for 2 years, sometimes 3, and putting together a program on an ongoing basis is somewhat like junior hockey, where it really is tough to win every year, dealing with a different nucleus every year. And Jim Nemisch, as our head coach, has done a terrific job in his recruiting. Our athletic department tries very hard to recruit, and obviously it shows in actually one player we've recruited from Saskatchewan this year, and that's Tanya Becker, our starting catcher.
Not only the women's softball team, of course, having a great season, the golf team, another championship year with Coach Ryan Hughes, a tremendous achievement. A little about them.
Seems to be everything Ryan touches turns to gold. 4 times an OCAA individual champion as a player. Now as a coach, he joins the coaching ranks in his first year as a head coach, taking over for Jerry Pettit, who it seems like has been the coach forever, 22 seasons. Ryan comes up with a championship with a great group of first-year guys. They captured the championship by 11 strokes at Kawartha Golf and Country Club, and well on their way of starting a dynasty in the golf program.
In addition, of course, to the golf and softball, Ken, fill us in on some of the other teams and programs that college sports fans can look forward to in the fall season.
Well, Roger, as we speak, soccer programs are well underway. Our men's soccer program in a rebuilding year sits in 5th place in the Central Division. Women's soccer under Gail Reed seems very seldom that they ever lose. Are sitting in 1st place once again in the Central Division. Our cross-country running team is well underway, and the championships will be coming up next weekend. And basically, the baseball team is the last of the fall sports to take part, and they've had just a super season, starting off something new in college baseball in Ontario, and impressing not only the area baseball people, but people from the United States and colleges we've been playing. We've got a record of 7-6, some great talent, and probably the caliber of ball could be compared to junior all-star caliber in Ontario.
In addition, of course, to all the great sports teams, Ken, the facilities at the college are great, including this one we're at here, the softball diamonds. But I know you're very proud. You've got an outstanding new floor down in the college gym there. Tell us about how that finally came to be.
Well, we're pleased, Roger, with the floor. It's been a long time in the works, and I speak on behalf of Dave Stewart, our athletic director, and his hard work over the past 6 or 7 years in the actual beginning plans for a new floor. And it's finally become a reality this past summer with the able assistance of some funds raised through our varsity bingos, in which we get into some fundraising. And we now have a brand new hardwood gymnasium floor capable of first-class, first-rate events, and it brings our facility at the college and in this whole Durham region back on par as one of the top athletic facilities in Ontario.
No question about it. And Ken, we talk about great athletic facilities, but they're not any good unless you get some people out in the stands, and I know you work extremely hard in promotion. Tell us about some of the special home dates and events and tournaments that you've got planned here at the college. I know you do a lot of promotions with corporate sponsors, and really admired you over the years for the job you do. Maybe give us some highlights. What can we look forward to this season?
Roger, I appreciate that. We try, and in our department, in my position as assistant AD at the college, very hard. And obviously, as you said, without people in the seats and the stands here at Durham, it doesn't lend well to an athletic competitive program. We try very hard by delving into the athletic community, the elementary school, high school level, and really emphasizing the family atmosphere and family community interest in Durham College athletics. Some of the things coming up this year at every home event, virtually every home event, we've solicited and secured a corporate sponsor ranging from Coca-Cola to Domino's Pizza on down the list. And each night we'll have something to give away, a fun event, a special event, and it's going to prove to be a quite exciting evening. The one special event will be November 9th, and that goes at the college, and that'll be our home opener for college basketball. We have a new coach, Kerry Vincent, on staff, and a team that looks like it could contend for an OCAA championship. And that opening night will be dubbed Coca-Cola Night. and the first 500 fans will receive a Coca-Cola seat cushion.
All right,
so that gives you an idea of basically where we're headed.
Tell us a little bit about, too, I know their all-star games and championships are a great part of the college's sports history as well. You're always a proud host of championships, and there's a couple coming up this year.
Basically this year, Roger, we're looking at two major events. First of all, the OCAA All-Star basketball games, which have now grown leaps and bounds over the past 5 years. This will be the 6th annual All-Star game. They'll take place January 22nd at Durham College. Obviously, Rogers Community 10 is going to be involved with that, broadcasting both games. And later on in the year, we're proud hosts our second major event on our brand new floor, and we're real pleased to announce that we're hosting the Men's and Women's Ontario College Volleyball Championships February 25th, 26th here at Durham.
What about the Durham College's volleyball teams, Ken? What type of season they have? Obviously, when you're hosting the championship, there's a little more pressure to try to, you know, at least make a decent season out of it. Your thoughts on the team?
Without a doubt, pressure abound when you're playing in front of your home crowd. You're obviously playing all season in front of your home crowd, and then hosting a championship's no less pressure at all for our coaches. In a situation with our men's volleyball coach, Lawrence Bishop, his first year, he's taken over a team that has some depth, has some character, and is also returning 2 All-Stars. That will end well in their hopes of hopefully qualifying and hosting the championships. On the women's side, Stan Marchett, the coach who's been with the college since the inception of our volleyball women's program, and sitting at 99 career wins right now, looking for the century mark of 100. It'll come sometime during the regular season.
Well, it better.
He better, or we'll be looking for a new coach next season. However, Stan's done great work with our program. He has a great nucleus of players, and he's real excited about the upcoming year after a bit of a rebuilding year last year for Durham.
That's great. Ken, you mentioned Rogers Community 10, of course, and the station is very proud to be a part of Durham College Athletics, and we're delighted, of course, to have yourself involved with our Goal Line program. I know that the Rogers will be doing some of the telecasts as well. You're a great believer, I know, in attracting the media, and I know from my time at Oshawa this week and the Oshawa Times that you put a great premium on media relations and making sure the word gets out. Now this is a new vehicle here on Rogers Community 10. Maybe you can tell us how you see that benefiting the college.
Well, basically, in benefiting the college, I believe it's going to benefit the entire community. I'm an avid fan of a new program which has been initiated called Goal Line. I'm pleased to be involved with that and passing on to the community in a very informative and professional manner community sports. As for the college, it allows us to get another vehicle of promoting our programs. College athletics are an important part of the sporting community, and a very impressive product. Once you come out and actually see it, you'll probably want to come back.
Now, Ken, how do you think things have changed over the years? You've been at Durham for some time now, and I know every year the challenge is even greater in terms of, you know, in the economy we're in, the corporate sponsors are difficult to attract. Getting media attention is difficult. I know in certain medias, you know, the space limitations makes it even tougher and tougher to get your message across. Working at it has got to be a full-time job for you. What's your keys to success? You've done a very good job at getting the college promoted. What do you think the important thing is?
I guess I live by the bottom line of trying to make everybody, or as many people as I can, aware of what the college is doing, what has happened, and the results of what has actually taken place by dealing very closely with the media on virtually a day-to-day basis, week-to-week basis, giving plenty of lead time because we understand, you know, media deadlines for newspapers. There's only so much space, and there's 1,000,001 things to cover. We try to make it as easy as possible for the people covering our programs, right down to our school newspaper, to media, to television, and even the Toronto Sun, Toronto Star, which are picking up slowly but surely, and it's nice to see college athletics.
Ken, you're a former college athlete of the year here yourself, and I know that the vast majority, perhaps the vast majority is not the right way to put it, but a lot of students here take advantage of intramural athletics and are on the varsity teams. Maybe, you know, some people are watching this and they're taking a look at it and they're considering coming to Durham next year, or they're at the college now and they're good athletes, they're not really involved. Maybe you can tell them what college athletics, whether it be intramural or varsity, can really offer for a student.
Bottom line, Roger, when we're talking about, I guess, recruitment, and this is a great free plug here, but honestly, as part of the college recruiting basis, we're looking at a student life situation where we have on-campus residences now, a very stable and a very powerful academic institution. Durham College is highly regarded in the academic world across Canada, not only in Ontario, but across Canada. And intramurals and varsity athletics prove a very important part of student life in school spirit, in rewarding, in excellence, in successes and failures, and we're with them, behind them, 100% win or lose. And bottom line, it gets down to reporting results. We don't just report the winners, we report the losers. If it's 31-0, we get trounced, it goes in the paper. And the bottom line with student athletes, they hopefully enjoy and a very rewarding experience here at Durham College. 2, possibly 3 years of great college life, something that they'll take with them the rest of their life.
Well, there's no question, you know, Durham College is very fortunate to have a guy like Ken Babcock, and at Goal Line, we're very happy to have Ken involved with us as well, promoting college athletics. And what Ken has told us today, I think we all agree with in our program, and we're definitely going to spend a lot of time paying attention to Durham College athletics. And Ken Babcock, you do a great job every year. It's a pleasure to have you involved with our program, and thanks for taking the time from your busy schedule today.
Thanks a lot, Roger.
Real pleasure.
Appreciate that.
Well, you can see from that interview, Ken Babcock is one busy man down at Durham College. He's the assistant athletic director, and there's a lot of sports to look after. And one of the college's most successful team over the last couple of years has been the Lady Lords, the women's softball team. They've won 2 consecutive OCAA championships, and they are looking for a third. And just to prove that Ken will practice what he preaches, we sent him down with a Goal Line camera to take a look at the Lady Lords as their season gears up, and they go for championship number 3.
We're out here at Durham Fields on campus at Durham College here in North Oshawa, moments away from the start of an OCAA regular season softball game between Durham and their arch rival Seneca College. Prior to that, we spoke to a number of the players on the women's varsity team, but first we talked with head coach Jim Nemish, now entering his 5th season as head coach here at Durham College. What are your plans for tonight against our arch rival Seneca College?
Well, we're going to go out and obviously try to win the game, Kenny, and improve our record to 6-0. But you can never count Seneca out. They're 4-0 right now, and they've got a good ball team, what their record indicates. But we're going to keep on our defense, rely on that, and hopefully we'll get the hits and the pitching to pull out a victory.
Now, it's our first outing with Seneca tonight, and as a squad. Now, your 5th season here at Durham. Over the years, who would you say is probably your biggest competitor you've played so far in the OCAA?
Well, Seneca has to be ranked up there number 1. My first couple of years here at Conestoga was very strong, but Seneca was still competitive, and over the last 5 years, it's been us and Seneca for the last 4 years, and I think you know, they recruit as well as we do, and that shows in their program.
Heading into tonight's game with Seneca, we'll have you have 6 games remaining in the regular season leading up to the OCAA championships, and this year they're hosted at Seneca College. Any plans for your team for the rest of the season to build for that championship weekend?
We're just going to keep working, try and get everybody into the game. You know, it never happens. You may have a couple injuries in that, and I've told the girls everybody's going to play, and that way everybody will be ready for the OCs.
Tremendous. Talking a little bit history-wise about Durham College, the 12 years the program has run here, Durham's been a part of women's softball at the Ontario college level since its inception in 1981. Over the years, Durham has won 5 OCAA championships, and Coach Nemish, you've been involved with 2 of those. What would be even nicer than having 2 championships?
Well, obviously, Kenny, everybody's around the school has been talking about a 3-peat, and I've been trying to keep the girls' minds focused on game in and game out. But it would be nice if we could cop a 3-peat. Conestoga has done it once, and Seneca has done it once. So it would be nice to be right up there and be ranked with the best teams in the last 12 years.
And well, Jim, as you're aware, over the years, softball growing in Ontario as a fastball sport, especially at the college level, and a product that is sometimes not known to the public eye, but has grown over the last 4 years. You've been a part of that. Some of the recruits that are now coming in, the caliber of ball players you're attracting, give us an idea of you know, about where we're headed that way.
Well, the program in the OCAAs is really improving. You can see a lot of girls coming in from outside the province. We have Tanya Becker this year has come in from Saskatoon. She was a part of the Saskatchewan team that went to the Junior Nationals, and also Team Saskatchewan at the Summer Games in BC that lost to Ontario. So the program is getting noticed, and also your local Ontario kids are now coming to Durham, Seneca, because of the softball program. They can continue playing into the fall and also get an education at the same time.
And one of the things I noticed this year, Ontario represented this year by the Double B Sports Midget, women's fastball club coached by Kathy Fertile. We're starting to get some of those players to stay at home now. Scholarships abound in the States. We do have, I believe, scholarships are offered at Durham College, and we're attracting those kind of players now?
We are. We attracted Julie Collins, who was the pitcher for the Double Bs. She won, I think, most valuable player or most valuable pitcher out in the Nationals. She led her club out there, so she's here this year. Lisa Jackson, who unfortunately didn't play with the Double Bs this year, she took the year off, but she's been with them since Squirt and Novice, and she's here also this year. So we're trying to get some local talent, and our program is working.
So in all, are you a little surprised that the college is now attracting people from outside the province?
Yes, I am. With Tanya Becker coming here, and you know, there's talk that she may bring a couple next year with her, so the program is getting noticed, and I'd like to see some of the other provinces start up programs, and maybe one day we'll see a national at the softball of the OCs.
Well, that's great, Jim. Right now you're sitting with a career record of 44 wins and only 10 losses. What would be your goal for this evening?
I think that my goal today is we'll try and get another victory tonight and just play our game.
Tremendous. Coach Jim Nemish, the Durham Lady Lords. Lisa Crooker, shortstop of the Durham College Lady Lords women's fastball team. In her second year, your second year, Lisa, and heading into tonight's game with Seneca, you're hitting .420, which in the major leagues is John Olerud type batting statistics. How would you put in one sentence your season so far with Durham College?
Our season this year has been really good. We've come across a few good teams, not as strong as last year. We've been playing well. We're trying to get our team up. Our team's kind of been flat for a while, but I think tonight's going to be the game.
Great. With 5 games left in the regular season, obviously tasting championship victory last year, and in fact it came right here at this park against Seneca College. Is there a bit of a rivalry that's grown now with Seneca over the last number of years, and especially your last 2 years?
I guess when I got here I found out that Seneca was our rivalry for a while, but last year it was pretty equal between the two teams. We had a game, they had a game, but we ended up coming over top. In the end, it's always been the team to beat, and hopefully we can do it this year too.
Over the last 3 seasons, and you've had the pleasure of playing under head coach Jim Nemish, Durham College has only lost 1 game. How does it feel to be on a team that virtually every time they step on the field knows they're going to have a chance at a victory?
It's actually a great feeling. It's pretty good. We just want to try and get our team up to the feeling that it should be at.
And Lisa, last year as a left fielder, as a rookie, in fact Rookie of the Year last year for Durham College's team, moving to shortstop, any problems in the transfer or this new position?
I pretty much played shortstop for Brampton in the summer, so it wasn't.
And getting back to a little bit of history about Lisa, you come from which city?
Burlington.
Burlington, Ontario, and you played your fastball in Burlington, and you chose Durham because?
Actually, I heard the program for Leinster was good, but I also found out about basketball and softball and made that choice.
If you had any goals for this season personally, Lisa, what would they be?
Another gold medal.
Another gold medal.
And a good season in basketball.
Tremendous. And those people in our viewing audience, Lisa Crooker is also a member and a guard with our OCAA women's basketball program. And Lisa, any pressure being a student athlete playing 2 sports?
A little bit of pressure, a lot of practicing, but I'm able to work my practices with my schedule for school, so it's actually worked out pretty good so far.
Tremendous. Lisa, good luck with tonight's game.
Thank you.
And have a great one. Thanks. Okay, Tanya Becker, your home now as we're standing here at Durham Field at Durham College is Oshawa, Ontario. Your real home comes a little bit further to the west in Lucky Lake, Saskatchewan. Tell us a little bit, Tanya, what made you come and what made you decide to come all the way to Ontario to play college fastball?
Well, I wanted to play ball in college for sure because it's my favorite sport. And I had a few offers in the States, but I don't know, it's really expensive to go down to the States, and I wanted to stay in Canada, stay in my home country, and so I decided to come to Durham.
Tremendous. Obviously out in Saskatchewan, a member of the provincial team for Saskatchewan this past summer, and as a catcher, filling Coach Jim Nemish's need for a catcher. How have you found it so far playing OCAA college ball here at Durham?
I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun, and the competition is just about the same as what I see down in Saskatchewan, so I'm enjoying it a lot.
Find any other word from fellow players from your hometown that may be interested in doing the same thing?
Sure, there's lots of them. A lot of them are volleyball players, but I'm sure there's a couple that would like to come down and play ball.
Tanya, there's a tendency for athletes in Saskatchewan to maybe move on to try something out of province. Give you a bit of background what the tendencies for athletes are in Saskatchewan to do as they grow out of high school and into the college scene.
Well, in Saskatchewan it's mostly volleyball, but I don't know, there's a volleyball, basketball, so usually if you want to do other sports, you have to go out of the province.
Now, I understand you're also an avid curler, as well as a volleyball player in your spare time and a member of our college volleyball team. Is that correct?
Yes.
Moving into this season as a dual sport athlete, do you find any pressure, not only being away from home and missing, missing your friends back home in another province? How have you found your transition to be so far this year, academic-wise?
Everything's going good. I'm really busy, but I enjoy being busy, and I don't have any time just to sit around and do nothing. So
now the traditional Thanksgiving weekend coming up. When is your first trip back home?
not till Christmas.
Not till Christmas time. No. Long way away, but it looks like you've made the adjustment well, and Durham College is certainly proud to have you here, and we wish you the best of luck with your season. Thanks, Tanya.
Thank you.
Well, we thank Ken Babcock for that excellent report down from the college. By the way, the Lady Lords won that big showdown match with Seneca 6-5, and as a result stayed unbeaten. They have virtually guaranteed themselves a spot in the OCAA Championships, which are coming up on the weekend of October 22nd, 23rd. Best of luck to the Lady Lords and manager Jim Nemish as they go for championship number 3 in a row. That would be quite an accomplishment, and they're in excellent shape to do it, still unbeaten in the season. So good luck and congratulations to the Lady Lords. And Durham College, of course, has a lot of great sports. You saw in that feature, we touched on them, but basically there's men's and ladies volleyball, men's and ladies soccer, men's and ladies basketball, ladies softball, golf, baseball, and cross country. And whatever the sport is, Durham College traditionally does an outstanding job. Just last year, for instance, the women's softball team, as we mentioned, captured its second consecutive OCAA championship. The women's soccer team took a silver medal, and the men's and women's team both won bronze in volleyball competition. And that's been long the case at Durham College. Many championships at both the Tier 1 and 2 level. And both Ken Babcock, who's the assistant athletic director, and Dave Stewart, who's the athletic director, certainly deserve a lot of congratulations for those great events. Now, if you've never checked out a college sport, why not give it a try sometime? Durham College is located in Oshawa on Simcoe Street North. It is just north of Taunton, about a mile or so down the road. Stay on Simcoe North and you can't go wrong. You'll see the big green welcome flags. You make a left-hand turn, and both the softball complex and the basketball complex located right on campus. It's a great night out. It's a cheap night out, and it's a lot of fun. And of course, the college teams keep very busy. Now let's take a look at the Rogers upcoming events board, which lists the next coming games for the Durham Lords. Basketball is on the menu as usual at Durham College on October 22nd to 23rd. It's the men's 17th annual tip-off tournament. The Lords home opener is the night of November the 9th. It's a doubleheader. The Lady Lords will play Seneca at 5:30 p.m. and the Lords play Seneca at 7:30 p.m. Both games will be televised on Rogers Community 10. Women's softball team, October 22nd to 23rd is the big weekend for them as well. They'll be at the OCAA Championships at Seneca College. Manager Jim Nemish's team looking for a third consecutive OCAA title. The men's soccer team is in action on October 21st at Durham College. The soccer field located right at the college. George Brown are the visitors. Game time is 4:30 p.m. The women's soccer team takes to the field on October the 19th. Once again, the visitors will be George Brown. Game time for Coach Gail Reed's team is once again 5 o'clock at Durham College. And the cross-country team is also getting ready for the OCAA Championships. They take place at Fleming College in Peterborough, also October 22nd to 23rd. That's the latest series of events coming up at Durham College. For more information on Durham College athletics, contact 576-7622. Ask for the athletic department for complete game and ticket information. Well, we've seen Durham College is one busy place. We thank Ken Babcock, of course, for those excellent reports on the Lady Lords and the sports situation at Durham College. And Durham College athletics is a lot like high school sports, minor hockey, and a lot of other sports around town, and that's why Goal Line is around, to help publicize these events. And it may seem kind of corny to say, well, go out and support your local sports teams, but there's some great sports taking place that people just don't give any time to. Minor sports, high school sports, and as we've seen today, Durham College athletics are a great evening's entertainment or an afternoon's entertainment. Most of the games are free, and even the basketball is just a slight charge. Really do give Durham College a call if you're interested in some athletics, because it's a fun time out, and it's important to support local athletes, whether they be at Durham College, at your local high school, or in your local minor hockey rink. So many people are giving their time and efforts to make sure that these leagues and teams perform well. It would be nice to see a few more people in the seats a lot more often. Well, that's edition number 5 of Goal Line. Thanks very much for being with us. Be sure to join us next time on Goal Line. A special treat, Steve Keating, a former sports reporter at Oshawa Whitby this week, has spent the last couple of years traveling the world and has covered just about every sport in just about every country in the world. He's our in-studio guest, and of course we'll have the latest local sports information as well. For now, I'm Roger Lajoie. My pleasure once again to be with you this week. We'll see you next time on Goal Line.